Hi everyone, my name is Danny. Welcome to Danny's Corner. I know I have been absent for quite some time. That's because I have been with migraines, and also my microphone was not working, and also I was working on my other channel. But anyway, today I want to talk about a club that I used to belong to and tell you my experience when I joined this club. The name is Events and Adventures. As of this recording, this club has more than 11 chapters in different cities in the United States and Canada. So I'm not sure if I am the only blind person to join the club, but I know that there have been other people with disabilities who have joined the club. I, as I said, would like to tell you my own story with this club: the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I joined, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019, thereabouts. And what I wanted to do originally was I was searching for a language sort of club. That means that I was looking for somebody who I can teach English, and in return they can teach me another language. I already speak several languages. I was just trying to learn another one. So in my quest to find something similar where I can talk to people that spoke other languages and we could go out and, have conversations and such, I found Event and Adventures, and the concept really interested me. It said, go out with like-minded people, you have fun, etc. So I said, that sounds like a good idea. I need to go out. I'm a totally blind person. I need a social life. I don't have any friends where I live. So let me do it. What is there to lose? So that's what I did. I called the number, there's a form that you have to fill out, and then they'll call you. So they called me. We scheduled the interview because this is an invitation club only type of deal. So I get to the interview and I forget what the interview was about. But one of the strange things that did happen to me, and this is not the first time, so it's not related to E&A as it's commonly known. People usually, when they see a blind person, they think that another person has to be involved and able to talk to me. Now, keep in mind, I know it's redundant, or I shouldn't say this, but I'm an adult. And I was back in 2019. You have to be over 21 to join this club. And so for somebody to go to their boss or to somebody else to say, hey, how do we talk to this person? He is blind. I imagine that was the conversation. It didn't sit right with me. And I did let the person know, hey, I didn't like what you did. Why did you do it? I didn't say this right at the beginning of that meeting. I waited, obviously, a few months, maybe a year, and I approached the person that interviewed me then to say this. But anyway, One of the things that also caught me off guard is as they were, before they interviewed me, I actually got to talk to the person who was running the club. And one of the strangest questions was, how are you going to get to each event? Now, keep in mind, I would imagine that everybody would know that uh, 2019 or 18, there are taxis. So that's exactly what I said. Again, when it comes to dealing with blind people or talking to them, you know that they do get around. And we do have ways of, if we need a ride somewhere, we can get a ride through other means, not only by taxi. So just the questions that I went through before the interview were not right. And so already I felt uncomfortable, but I let it go. I don't remember much about the interview process, but I did connect well with the person who was interviewing me, so that was great. Um, Now, here's, I would call this first section or this first interaction with the staff a mixed one, more bad than good. Now, with the continuing with the bad, what I don't like is the how expensive it can be, and it does cost more than $2,000. This can vary per city, and I understand per person too. I'm not sure about that, but I understand, yes, per city, absolutely. And on top of that, going forward, you do have to pay for your, let's say if they have gathering, a party, you have to take your own drinks. And if they are having a potluck, then not only do you have to take your own drink, but you also have to contribute with either a dessert or food or something. Which, by the way, since there is alcohol involved, a lot of the food that members bring will go uneaten. Yes, so basically, a lot of the food or a lot of the money is gone to waste. If you see me with glasses, by the way, that's because I need to know if I'm facing the camera, and these have been really great at telling me if I'm facing the camera on the computer or when I'm using my iPhone and things like that. So I know it might look strange for me to wear glasses inside, but that's why I do it. Anyway, the other thing is continuing with the bad experiences is when you go out to a restaurant. I think this is because of prior experiences that they have had. They started to charge people before going to, but when signing up to these events. So let's say you signed up for, I don't know, sushi night. You had to pay $10 in advance. That way, if you didn't show up, they got their money. Now, if you did show up, that money that you spent would be credited back to you. The money wouldn't go, you wouldn't get back the money. So you would get it back in credits, and you could use them as you wish. You could accumulate credits and use them for something else. Either use them for, oh, I don't know, if there was another restaurant or eating event, you could use them for that, or some other thing that required payment, you can use those credits for that. Um, Now, what bothered me was uh, that because I am totally blind, I did feel excluded. And again, I must say, usually you did have about 20 or 40 people. And again, that's no excuse. 20 to 40 people. And the great thing I must say about Events and Adventures is at each event that you go to, if you decided to join this club, is there's always going to be either one or two people hosting each event. That means that whenever you get to a place, you're going to see people wearing some sort of shirt, and or you're going to see them with a clipboard, and that's how you can identify that they're from E&A. In my case, I always had the number to talk to these people, and they were able to meet me wherever I was dropped off. So that was great. But when it came to, let's say, interacting with other people, it was kind of strange, as they were told, hey, I'm visually impaired. I do need some guided assistance, or I do need people to introduce me. I can introduce myself. The problem is when you have a lot of people, one of the problems becomes, oh, a lot of people are hesitant to interact with a blind person already. They have either preconceived notions, just as I told you that some of the people had before I even went out at an event. So you could see that with a lot of the members. That's not to say that I didn't meet great people. I did. And until this day, some of those people I still talk to. But before I get to the good stuff, let me get to the ugly stuff. There is a lot of drinking. So if you decide to join this club, I can't speak about other cities. I can just, or other experiences. I can only speak about mine. There is a lot of drinking, especially when there is huge parties going on, like New Year's Eve parties and or private parties. So it does get rowdy. The other ugly thing, which I already mentioned, but people waste a lot of food at these parties. So just imagine that's we at this 2026, food is expensive, and I agree. Those $10 perhaps go toward napkins and silverware and other things, but they should do something about the throwing food away. But anyway, this has been going on for some time. So that's one of the things I didn't like. And again, the ugly thing too is that when I tried to join an event or sign up for an event that I knew I could do, a couple of times they called me and told me, we don't think that you could actually do this. And so I was left a bit disconcerted, as I knew I could do one or two events. I know my limits. For example, one of them was hiking. They made a huge storm out of nothing. I've been hiking before many times. And so the fact that they didn't believe me was just out of this world. And I had arranged with someone to help me, one of the members at the a club. This person was going to help me to hike up and also to go down. So there was not going to be a problem. But again, that's where it shows. If you say that you are a club that you're there to provide people with a great time and a good time, and you want people to meet and obviously these people want to make friends with one another. Who are you as staff, paid staff, to get involved in what members do? It doesn't matter if they are disabled or not. So anyway, that's what I didn't like. I understand that there could have been some liability, but that could happen with anyone. If a sighted person could fall, then what? So yes, I do think there was some prejudice attitude, and there are some cliques in these clubs. I think, but anyway, that's just me. And on top of that, some of these things that you pay for example, they also go to camp. You do not, that's not included in the membership fee. So if you pay in advance, you have to pay separate each time you go to camp, which can range anywhere from 75 to I think over $100. And also for the trips that you might take internationally or like a few miles away. If you go camping to another city or anything like that. So as a blind person, what I could do was very limited. So let me move on with the good, which is the last thing I want to talk about. I think one of the good things that I did was I got to meet a lot of people. Out of those, I think I can count with one hand friends. I feel like Richie Rich, basically, you have to pay to make friends. So it's kind of like a bittersweet moment. The other thing, and I did this more as a learning experience for the club, although I had to pay for that too. I'll speak about this in another video, but to give you the rundown, there's an event that several restaurants host, which is Dining in the Dark. And I said, let's do this so you can see what it's like for a blind person, how a blind person eats, and you'll get to experience what a blind person experiences. So that's what we did. It took a few months for the club to coordinate it. Finally, they did. It didn't go the way that I wanted to go because perhaps the restaurant didn't do it the right way. So that wasn't the club's responsibility. But I still had to pay $100 to join the sighted people. I just wanted to know or get their reactions. How did it feel to be blindfolded and to not know what they were getting? But in this case, we did get the menus in advance, so yeah, that defeated the purpose too, in a way. And would I recommend this club to somebody who has a disability? It depends. I think that if you're running low on money, no. I think overall, and I'm sorry if I'm being pessimistic, but overall, I think people are still not open to the idea of people with disabilities mixing in or mingling with people who are able bodied. That's something that unfortunately is going to take a few years to be eradicated. We still have to be accepted. And so when I hear things about we are an inclusive society, or we support such and such group, I say doesn't seem like it, at least from my experience. And so we have a long ways to go. Last thing I heard is this club is still going strong. They're still well, but they've gotten bad reviews over the years, as I said, for some of their pricey memberships and other things. But anyway, that's my review. I did enjoy some of the field trips and such, some of the outings. They were nice, but I just wish that they would have been a bit more inclusive. And so, you live and learn. You live and learn that not everybody that says that they are inclusive and supportive are going to be that way. That's why you have to really show it. And it's hard. I understand. I've had people make fun of me there, which I was able to take it. But again, you also see a lot of immaturity in these type of events, as people, as I said earlier, don't know how to behave when they are near a person with a disability, and they can say the wrong things. So educating them was not worth it. So yeah, if you've heard of events in adventures, or if you know of somebody who has a disability and has joined another club, how has it gone for you? Or if you, for the person that you know, has it been great? I tried to join other clubs. However, events and adventures left me in debt. Sorry to end on a bad note, but that's the truth. It took me several years to, get back up. But yeah, I would stay clear. I wouldn't go back. So that's about it. stay away if you are disabled and there's a bit of a drama. So, thank you very much for joining me for this uh, video, Danny's Corner. I am doing well on my Spanish channel. If you would like to join me there, remember, although it's in Spanish, I do have subtitles. I am also starting a Substack, and the reason I'm doing that is because just in case YouTube does decide to block one of my videos, hopefully you can follow me there. I'm not sure why it's not letting me post, but eventually I'll get there. Thank you very much.